Welcome to the Gus Alba Perspective, a videocast that is aimed to elevate the notion of gratitude and abundance over the mindset of fear and scarcity. Um, why do we do this? Why are we doing these videocasts? Well, we want to foster advice from a medical point of view, but also inspiration. And the world right now vacillates behind this mindset of always running afraid of so many different things. The topic that I'd like to touch on is a preservation of innocence. I had an opportunity of speaking with my youngest child, and we were going over a story called The Velveteen Rabbit. This was a story that has resonated greatly with all five of my children. And as a parent, I can certainly say that, being a parent carries a lot of responsibility, but also a lot of satisfaction. And one of the things that I was reflecting on was that magical things that childhood brings are oftentimes, you know, um, not necessarily held on to. One of those things is the essence of innocence. And preserving innocence refers to maintaining a sense of purity, of wonder, and genuine goodness, especially in the face of challenges, the passage of time, and particularly in the current day and age in which there seems to be an onslaught on preserving sacrosanct values for children in general. Now, the concept of preserving innocence can be correlated to this classic children's story, The Velveteen Rabbit, which I mentioned. It was written by Margery Williams. And in the story, there's this Velveteen Rabbit who represents innocence and genuine love. Now, the reason I wanted to touch on this topic is that our mindset of abundance and gratitude can be ascribed to this topic inspired by themes in the story. Let me walk you through some of these. When we cultivate genuine relationships, just like the Velveteen Rabbit, who became real through the genuine love of a boy, preserving innocence involves nurturing authentic relationships that are built on trust, love, and sincerity. So, cherishing and nurturing relationships that allow us to, be our true selves are certainly some of the themes that we should always take into consideration. When we hold on to the magic of imagination, you know, as we thread back to the story, the Velveteen Rabbit's transformation into a real rabbit is basically a symbolic of the magic of imagination. So, to preserve innocence, we need to embrace creativity and nurture our imagination, believe in the power of dreams and possibilities. As we grow older, we sometimes become a bit jaded and we forget about some of those basic tenets. Appreciating unconditional love is really important. The love that the boy had for the Velveteen Rabbit was unconditional and pure. When we preserve innocence by valuing and giving unconditional love, devoid of expectations or conditions to those around us, that's really important. That's truly giving of ourselves. And children, stay playful and curious. We should be more like children. Like the boy in the story, approaching life with curiosity and playfulness are really a very positive way to traverse through life. To maintain innocence, never lose your sense of wonder, playfulness, and curiosity about the world. Now, when we embrace vulnerability and authenticity, take into context, the Velveteen Rabbit became real by being vulnerable and authentic. Preserving innocence by embracing your true self and being honest about your feelings and allowing yourself to be vulnerable with those that you trust and love are really meaningful ways of plumbing deep into life. When we treasure simple joys and being in the moment, taking the context, in the Velveteen Rabbit, the simple act of being loved brought the rabbit to life. And preserving innocence by treasuring the little joys and everyday moments that we have bring happiness and fulfillment to our lives. As I stated, guarding against cynicism and negativity are really important. The story of the Velveteen Rabbit portrays a battle between the real, loving world, represented by the boy, and the superficial, materialistic world that's represented by mechanical toys. And preserving innocence by guarding against cynicism and materialism and negativity, I think, are themes that we should all keep in mind. If we foster kindness and compassion, just like in the story, the Velveteen Rabbit's compassion and care for others were key aspects of its transformation. When we preserve innocence by fostering kindness and compassion and empathy toward others, it ultimately helps us. And if we believe in the power of love and healing, I'll tell you what, as a doctor, that is one of the most powerful tools that I can enjoin a patient with. The transformative power of love is central to the Velveteen Rabbit's journey. And preserving innocence by believing in the healing and transformative power of love, kindness, and empathy are really a beautiful tone that we can keep in the backdrop as we read through that story. If we hold on to hope and resilience, keep in mind, despite the challenges that the Velveteen Rabbit faced, it held on to hope and resilience. It preserved its innocence by facing challenges with hope and strength and resilience, and never letting adversity extinguish its inner light, just as we shouldn't allow our inner light to be extinguished. As you can see, our abundance and gratitude mindset helps cement our preservation of innocence, involving nurturing and genuine relationships. Again, embracing creativity and curiosity and valuing unconditional love and staying true to ourselves and treasuring simple joys and believing in the transformative power of love and authenticity, man, those are such powerful themes. Now you can understand as to why it is that, just as we track in this story, the Velveteen Rabbit's journey serves as a beautiful metaphor for all of these principles and reason by which I've shared the story with all 5 of my children, and reason by which I still get misty as I read through the last chapters with them. I think a very powerful point to keep in mind, but I think that as we consider that preservation of innocence, an important topic that we should all be cognizant of, that we should have, at the ready set in our lives, and that should certainly be positioned in our abundance and gratitude mindset. I thank you for joining us on the Gus Alpha Perspective and wish you a phenomenal day. Thank you.